The Message That Crossed the Trenches, a true World War I mystery. If I told you that one of the strangest mysteries of World War I began with a message no human claimed to write, one that appeared in a trench at dawn, changed the fate of two opposing units, and has never been fully explained, you might assume it's fiction. But this story is real, buried in war diaries, military reports, and the faded journals of soldiers who swore they witnessed it. It begins in 1917, on the Western Front, somewhere between the shattered remains of Ypres and the muddy agony of Passchendaele. The American Expeditionary Forces had just begun arriving, young, hopeful, and unaware of the horror that awaited them. Among them was Private William H. Carter, a 22-year-old telegraph operator from Ohio, who had a talent no one paid much attention to. He could decipher patterns faster than most machines of the era. For months, Carter's company held a sector opposite a heavily fortified German line. Days were routine: mud, artillery, cold. Nights were worse: gas alerts, sniper fire, and the constant fear of a silent attack. And then came the morning of October 14th, 1917, the day the message appeared. American soldiers woke to find a sheet of metal, flat, polished, and icy cold, lying on the parapet of their trench. There were no footprints, no drag marks, no signs anyone had approached, and the German trenches were nearly 400 yards away. On the metal sheet was a single sentence written in perfect block letters: "Stop the artillery at 1620, or 84 men will die." No signature, no explanation. Carter, curious and unsettled, examined it closely. The metal wasn't standard issue. The lettering was too perfect, etched, not written. And the time, 1620, was oddly precise. At first, the officers dismissed it as a German trick. Psychological warfare wasn't new, but the message spread among the men, and fear spread with it. Carter noticed something else. The timing matched a scheduled American artillery test barrage, something only officers should have known. How could the Germans know? Why would they warn them? Carter brought the sheet to Captain Reynolds. The captain, annoyed but cautious, ordered the artillery schedule to continue. He said, "No enemy tells us when to fire." But at 15:45, everything changed. A British runner stumbled into the trench, half-conscious, carrying a blood-stained notebook. He had come from a liaison unit positioned a mile north. His message: their forward observers had spotted a hidden German ammunition depot buried under a farm, and the Americans' 1620 test barrage would accidentally set it off. If that happened, the explosion would ripple through a network of connected trenches, exactly where 84 American soldiers were stationed. The officers froze. Two warnings from two unrelated sources, one believable, one impossible. Reynolds hesitated for only a moment before issuing the order: cancel the barrage. At 1620, nothing happened. But at 1627, a small fire, likely from a German cook stove, ignited the buried ammunition dump. The explosion shook the ground for miles. A crater nearly the size of a football field opened where the depot had been. The British estimated the blast could have killed far more than 84 Americans. That night, Carter couldn't sleep. He kept staring at the metal sheet. Who left it? How did they know? And why help the enemy? The next morning, something even stranger happened. The metal sheet was gone. No soldier admitted to touching it. The mud where it lay was undisturbed, and the German lines remained silent. War diaries record it as unexplained, a battlefield anomaly. But Carter wrote something else in his personal journal, something historians still debate. He claimed that at dawn he saw a faint figure in the no man's land mist. Not German, not American, a silhouette standing still, facing the sunrise, before dissolving into the fog. After the war, Carter returned to Ohio. He never found a logical explanation. Some believed it was a lucky coincidence, others called it a miracle, and a few whispered that war does strange things to time and place, that maybe someone from the future had tried to stop a pointless loss of life. The official American records still list the event as a prevented friendly fire catastrophe by unknown means. But among the soldiers who lived because of that message, there was another name for it. They called it the day the war warned us.